Hello. What are you looking to chat about this time around? A lot of stuff, right? We've got to talk about Mountains of Mayhem. We've got to talk about the year ending and what that's been like with, Minecraft and stuff. We got to talk about the elephant in the room. It has to be addressed, Hightail and stuff like that, because although it's just a safe space away from that shite, because oh my god, all I see on Twitter is like my game's better. No, mine is. Cool, and thank you for 10-year sub. I appreciate it. What's up, Crafty? How you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, thank you for the resub, Corn. Really appreciate it, as always. 10 months in a row is kind of insane. We've been an affiliate for 10 months. That's crazy, but it's also crazy that we've kept it this long, because you can lose affiliate. Like, it can be taken away from you. Okay. I don't get how you can say either game is better when one's not even playable. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how, like, everyone was dunking on Minecraft this year because of, like, the mob variants, and then Hightail has, like, 800 of them. And so then it's, like, the best thing ever. I'm not dunking on Hightail, by the way. Like, I don't really care about it. Like, I'm not gonna probably play it. I don't really have that much interest in it. I want to see it do well, because if it does well, Minecraft does well. So, yeah, I don't really care that much. That's why I'm not really tweeting that much about it. Obviously, there is a Hightail channel on the Discord server, because I'm not going to gatekeep people from not talking about it. We'll see how it goes. It may be a permanent thing, but we'll see. I think December 2nd is the official release day. I think so too. I think that Bedrock has been in cert testing for the entire month, right? Obviously, it makes sense. Not Hightail. Hype train incoming. What? KMB, hello. Welcome back to the stream. Thank you for the sub. Holy crap. You didn't need to do that. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Hope your stream was well earlier too. I need to try and like, if you're streaming near me, like my time, I'll try and raid you and stuff, because why not, right? Sounds pretty cool. But I hope you had a good stream. Unfortunately, no, I had a few issues with the PC. That sucks, yeah. I've had a few issues as well with my streams lately, so it's kind of been one of the reasons why I've been a bit reluctant to stream, because one of my last streams I was lagging up the wall and it just wasn't fun at all. So that's fantastic. Cool, and thank you for the 2 gifted to Crafty, and let me call these guys out here. Oh, you do stream on YouTube, don't you? How is YouTube streaming? Is it better? Oh my god, I've ruined my chat. Hang on. Let me just. Can I see? Hang on. Pro streamer, by the way. I think I can see. Corn gifted 2 subs to Crafty, thank you, and the Random Freak. Hello. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Let's talk about the spring drop. I don't really think there's much to talk about, right? I'd say let's wait, because we've got other stuff to talk about first. Like, well, that happens first, like the Mountains of Mayhem. Like, we have known nothing about the spring drop, right? I've never streamed on Twitch, so I don't know if it's better, but it's convenient to stream. Plus, each stream is saved separately. Yeah, that's fair. I'm more familiar with Twitch and, like, the culture on Twitch, so. Yeah, level 2 hype train, awesome. So we're going to start playing the game. We're not going to sit on the lighthouse forever, even though I'd love to, because it is a very nice lighthouse. YouTube has barely any culture, yeah. It does. It's also very hard to grow on Twitch as well, but on YouTube. Okay, so I've been busy since the last stream. Obviously, you guys know I think I planned this build, the Aquatic Research Facility. It hasn't got a sign yet because I'm poor, but this is the end product. End update confirmed. I like it. It's really nice. I think I kind of done what I wanted to, where the labs are completely different to the actual village because they're supposed to stand out, right? So the amethyst lab that you can kind of see if I move, like in the distance, is completely different. Obviously, the Skulk Research Facility also very different. It's not something I would ever build. And the Aquatic Research Facility, which is I'm warming up to it, honestly. I really like it. So, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. Firstly, the elephant in the room. You guys can hear guardians. We have guardians here. The first, I think, hostile, unless you. No, skeleton horses aren't hostile. The first hostile mob we have in Lightborn. Very, very cool. I love guardians. They're probably my favourite hostile mob, so. By the way, today is the 20th birthday of the Xbox 360. I saw that. Dude, it's crazy. I have a soft spot, obviously, for the 360, being, an Xbox One, or Xbox in general person. I think the jump to Xbox 360 to Xbox One was good, but the jump from Xbox One to Xbox Series X has not been viable. Can you rate the Winter Drop out of 10? On a blanket level, Crafty, without going into it, for me, 4. 4 out of 10. But what was the Winter Drop again? Yeah, I don't know if you were like, yeah, it's Mounts of Mayhem. Yeah, I thought you were joking. Like, what was the drop? Like, trying to play it off, but no, it's Mounts of Mayhem. That is the Winter Drop. Yeah, a lot of people were saying it was the like autumn drop, and I'm like, this was at the beginning. I was like, no. Summer, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the winter drop, Corn. They'll probably reveal the release date soon. I'd imagine next week. If they're releasing the drop on the 2nd, which I think they are, I'd imagine it has to come next week. Technically, it's not going to be releasing in the winter. Yeah, that's true. Minecraft Monthly. I forgot about that. Dude, Minecraft Monthly comes around very fast. Do they announce... There's no way they do the numbering system and the release on monthly, right? I think you just do the drop release date. Oh, I got some hype chests. What's a hype chest? Good one emotes? Oh, wow. So if you participated in the hype train, you get rewards. Interesting. I think they'll announce the numbering system as just an article. Yeah, that's why I kind of think, okay, we're going to continue looking around here. That's why I kind of think that they'll want to announce or release the drop as soon as possible. Okay, so this basically, whilst it's got 2 main areas, it does teach you about the oceans as a whole. So you've got the coral blocks, and you've also got the items from the ocean. So you've got Turtle Master. Why is this so expensive, by the way, to make? I was like, oh, okay, only a scoot, that's fine. Like, it doesn't... No, it's the actual helmet. What? And then you've got the water breathing. Water breathing? Is that what it says? Dude, it was at like 3 AM, okay. Thank you for noticing, though. This is why you don't honeywax your signs. Conduit, it's just a little bean, right? Turtle equipment, so the trident and the shell. And you've got all the resources, like the coral, the fish, all that kind of jazz. Are they going to talk about the Nether Horse armor, the new Adidas between Minecraft and the new add-on, sorry, and the release day? Yeah, I think that should be it. Also, so this area we can't touch because we're waiting on a mob that hasn't released yet, but we built it just in case. We tend to do this You know, we tend to make enclosures first and then like wait for the mob. So like the copper golem enclosure or build area was built before, like a week before it released. This was a bit earlier, but who cares, right? So you've got a nice little area here. But if you want to, you can come in here. It's pretty nice, right? And if you want to leave, you can come down here. This is basically how we're going to get the Nautilus, because obviously they don't like the surface. Neither do I. I wish they'd do Minecraft Live every 3 months, so each drop gets their chance to shine. Yeah, I think, well, I personally think that drops shouldn't have a permanent, like, set-in-stone release day. Like, I don't understand that. I don't know how we broke from the whole, oh yeah, update, like, big updates are problematic because the name and the release, so we're gonna do smaller updates and keep the same release schedule? Like, have it set, is what I mean? Like, it's just kind of strange to me. Honestly, didn't expect the time to go that way. It goes that way, Corn, because the spheres are going to be here, right? So, you want to have the Nautilus, like, there, I'm pointing in real life for some reason, here, and then get them all the way into the tunnel, and then, yeah. What's up, Neon? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, we know that, like, me saying I don't know why they're doing seasonal drops, it doesn't mean anything because we know that there's going to be 4 drops next year. So, we know it doesn't change, which is brilliant. That's awesome. I'm kind of dreading the article. I'm assuming it's an article. I'm kind of dreading it, to be honest with you. I think we just need more communication with the Bedrock developers. Yeah, 100%. The post on the official Minecraft account was very nice though. I didn't address it on Twitter, but I did look at it. The schedule's obviously for marketing reasons, of course. Yeah, it makes like I'm not like I don't blame them, right? It makes sense, but as a player, it's kind of like, what are we doing here? I did some shulker box stuff, right? So we've got more shulkers. Isn't that crazy? We've got most of our interchests in the interchest now, and we've only got a few of us on us. So that if we ever die and lose all of these, it's not a big loss because we're only losing 8 this time. But we do have obviously the standard extra storage. We do have new ones, so saddles, arrows, and buckets, which is very nice. That bucket one took me 10 years, but you know, it's good to have. We'll get to that, Neon. We'll get to that. Spring to Life was... Oh, I'm not reading the full thing, hang on. Bothered me seeing a few people being picky and not liking them, posting on main. Yeah, it's kind of... It's very weird. Maybe I should have said something on Twitter, because I have been asking for more communication, so maybe I should have said something. I think the moment's passed, right? So... But I'll say here that I'm very glad they did post something on their main Twitter account. Okay, so I did make a Christmas tree, which is very nice. I think last year I didn't have the facilities to make a Christmas tree. Like, the village just wasn't that developed. So this is our first proper Christmas in Lightbourne, which is very cool. In case you missed it, I asked people for their names. And we've got a bunch of names. Neon, you might recognize this name. On here, 32 names. One of them is mine. You'll never guess what I am. Corn, there you are. We're going to keep these items, so obviously when it's like January, I'm going to tear down the tree, but I'm going to keep the items for a future build. What are you? You'll never guess it. I am actually A Never Star. Isn't that creative? But yeah, I didn't really like. I was gonna have my hamster's name on it, but I don't really want my hamsters attached to my Minecraft worlds. So, um, I'm being selfish and doing myself instead. Uh, but yeah, it's quite nice. Got a few presents here, which they have nothing in them. It's just like nice to have, I guess. Um, exactly, Corn. Like in my old world, I had a bridge named after Lydia, my hamster, before Oliver. So, and you can imagine it wasn't very nice when that moment came, and I had to look at that bridge every day. So, one more thing to recap, and then we'll deforest our area. Um, the hotel has made some progress. Oh my god! Finally, Michael, you've done something with the hotel. It's been like a few weeks. Wow. I think maybe a week before Christmas, you should play with the official Christmas texture pack. We could, yeah, we could, for sure, for sure. I haven't. When was the last time I played with that? It's been so long. Those rooms on the top floor weren't there before. Yeah, they're starting to be made. And once I get this floor done, it doesn't matter about the roof because the roof is half done. I'll then announce the Kofi. But a big part of the hotel is done. Like you guys are seeing it right now, and I'm quite happy with it. This took so long to do. Yeah. So the thing with sort of the roof will be here, or like a level higher actually, but these rooms will have like multiple roofs, so you can do stuff with the roof if you want to. Yeah, the staircases were originally oak, but I don't think oak really looks nice. I don't know how I'm going to do the top floor though. I was thinking of doing an elevator. We'll see. Yeah, this is technically, I guess it is a 5-star hotel, right? So if you haven't seen it, this is the restaurant. There's 2 restaurants, obviously. Very cool. Very, very cool. So how does this work, basically? Because I'll probably talk about this a lot more. This hotel is actually for you guys. If you yourself, so not gifted, but I mean subbed to Twitch or donated through Ko-fi, you get a room. And you can decorate the room however you want. So the room currently is blank. Completely blank. There's no like structure to it. It's completely blank. You can do whatever you want. The walls, there's like 2 walls, so you can do stuff here if you want to, without interfering with the actual structure itself. Apart from if you do, I mean, you can't do it. Oh no, you can do it this way, I guess. So, and obviously the ceiling has multiple ceilings as well. You can do stuff with the ceilings if you want to. I don't have money for that. It's okay, but like you don't like. I'm not like you must do it. You know, the hotel serves other purposes because I needed a hotel anyway, so it's kind of nice. If for whatever reason this will never happen, if for whatever reason every single room is like occupied, there will be other opportunities to have your name or your like style in this world. Think about the prison that I'm going to be making. Yeah, so the hearts obviously represent like the love you guys give me if you donate and stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically what we've been doing, really. Ow. I can't really think of much else. So, we're gonna, I guess, lock into the yapping part of the stream. We've done a lot of yapping already, but... A May, a human heart. Don't do that, that'd be kind of not very wholesome, in my opinion. The one thing I really like about this is the water drops I've done. I don't know. It kind of reminds me, like, this whole structure reminds me of like a water type gym for some reason from Pokemon. I don't know why, but I really like it. So, loud music. Let me turn this. I don't like this song either, personally. Global. What the? That's 100. I never really check these settings. Maybe I should sometimes. Let's do 18. It's not very loud for me, so. You're the muscle memory, have I? I mean, even still, this doesn't make any sense. You guys know that I originally, like, when they first announced more changes on top of the already changes they planned to do, I was like, why? This doesn't make any sense. Like, it was fine. Like, it was a bit weird you changed it because it was fine before as well, in my opinion, but why? And now they're like, we're going to change it again and have browse add-ons as, like, it's just... Notice how it's the only one with the exclamation mark. Like, that's so scummy, man. I don't like that at all. I hate how much they're promoting the marketplace, even though the content on there is getting amazing and better. I will give them that, Neon. You are right. At least the stuff I'm seeing is getting better. Especially with the whole like vibrant visuals packs and stuff. But that doesn't really excuse how, one, settings is one of the last buttons. Two, it doesn't have an actual like good button. Like, this is something I would make during like GCSE IT, you know. Not the biggest game in the world, right? But maybe I'm being a bit too like uncharitable. Is that the word? I don't mind things in the main menu, or maybe you just make a world, but yeah. Yeah, it's basically like... I remember, and I saw Phoenix did well, not Phoenix, his community, because Phoenix doesn't do anything original ever. His community posted a meme on his Reddit about like browse add-ons. I remember in like 2014 when Microsoft were first like announced to buy Mojang, people were like, "This is what Minecraft is going to like in the future," and it was like 700 ads on your like pop-ups and stuff like that. And it's like, back then as a 14-year-old, I'm like, that's a bit, you know, too much. I don't think they'll ever do that. And then 11 years later, they're doing this shit. I don't know. It's just scummy. Some people think that Java is getting the fucking marketplace, and like, part of me wants it to happen to see like the drama that happens from it, but part of me is like, this is never going to happen in a million years. One version takes it bent over, the other version will cry about a texture gone missing, right? That version that doesn't like retextures is not going to allow the marketplace. Let's be real here. Like, they just, like, Java are way... And this is a good thing, right? I'm not slating Java for this at all, actually. Java players will be the first ones to be like, this is fucking stupid. Change this. Bedrock players are like, yes, sir, please give us more add-ons. Please ruin my gaming experience. I just think Bedrock is treated like this because the developers are based in Redmond, Washington. Yeah. Microsoft definitely have... I was going to say more control, but I'd say, like, just control. How much control... Like, obviously Microsoft have control over Java. Of course, right? But, like, is it that much? Especially compared to Bedrock, it's not that much. To be fair, they do need a passive income source and allowing the community to earn money from the add-ons. Yeah. I don't mind buying add-ons. If they're like a high product, or no add-on, but like anything from the marketplace, I mean. If they're like high value and I like what it is, I like the company behind it, or the person, the entity and stuff like that, I'll buy it. Like I've bought Dynamic Worlds, like Stampies and Toy Cats. I've bought a lot of add-ons from Starfish Studios. I bought a lot of Vibrant Visuals packs from Starfish Studios. I don't think they have any control over Java, because if they did, then why aren't they doing stuff? Yeah. Yeah. I still think like Microsoft's in a better spot than it was before Microsoft bought it. Or do I? Because like when he who I'm not talking like naming original. Oh, you're fast. Am I crazy? That might have just been me jumping on, but no, because they all have the same stats, don't they? Skeleton horses. Yeah, I thought so, Corn. When or before it was originally sold to Microsoft, I'm going to just say his name because it's a lot easier. Didn't update the game at all. Like that gap of like 1 year when there was nothing, and 1.10 and 1.11, 1.12 were all arse. Okay, especially 1.10 and 1.11. Although I like the Frostburn update because I like polar bears, but like they're small updates, right? What would be a small update in today's terminology? Drops. So realistically speaking, right, has much really changed? Like, have we gone backwards? I think it's an interesting question. Stop adding new features for a full 1 year and focus on filling. The things they can do both. They can do both, Neon. Their team is big enough. They can do both, 100%. But again, we know the reason why they won't, because we've outlined it earlier. I don't like building in Java because it doesn't have any features added to make it easier like Bedrock does. And exploring isn't fun because the render distance is so low. Yeah, I mean, Java's Java. Is what it is. I will still hold this opinion that Java is not leagues better than Bedrock. Now, I know Twitter tourists are like, actually, it's way better because I can do this, this, and this. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't care. Right. Thank you for the engagement, but like, you're still wrong. So. You know what I love most about Bedrock? That people don't talk about enough? Duplicating worlds. Like, world saves. Do you know how much of a chore it must seem to be to duplicate worlds in Java Edition? Like, that just seems fucking annoying. That's the one thing, well, I wouldn't say one thing, but that's a major thing Bedrock gets right 100%. There's no downside. Yes, they've had issues of, like, the delete world button not being too obvious enough. Or them not being like, are you sure? Like, are you dead ass? Like, are you serious? You want to delete this world? Like, you've had that in the past. But overall, it's just way better than Java in that respect. Unlike Java, where you have to set an actual, it's just you know, it is what it is. If Java is so much better than Bedrock, why did Mojang make a point this year of wanting to make Java more accessible to multiplayer? Because Bedrock is so akin, like it's so catered towards multiplayer, right? If Java is so much better, why are they taking a leaf out of Bedrock's book? They also have to fix the marketplace. We can instantly buy content on there because there's no warning, but yeah, 100%. The marketplace is its own separate issue, man. I'm not going to touch that thing, like discussion-wise, with a 10-inch pole, because it's just so problematic. A lot of Bedrock hate is just seeing one clip of someone dying over and over again in hardcore, which is bad. It's bad that people just have heart attacks and just die in Bedrock Edition. That's bad, right? But you're clearly doing this for nefarious purposes. Those bugs need to be fixed instantly. I don't know why hardcore mode was added. See, like, I was like under the impression, genuinely, I'm not being like bad faith or whatever. I'm genuinely like under the impression that they fixed the majority of them, the death bugs. Bearing in mind, I've not encountered a single one. I've been playing. How do I see this in the new fucking? Can I see this? -1 hours. I've been playing this game for -1 hours, okay? And I've not come across a single death bug at all. Playing hardcore, playing like... So like... Anyway, what's up, Sophie? I didn't say hi to you because you were watching an ad. I never experienced any of the bugs people complain about on Bedrock. Yeah, like... I think a majority of them have been fixed. The majority. Have some slipped through the cracks? Probably. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised, right? Like, we are talking about Bedrock Edition here. But at the same time, you can't, like, stop being disingenuous. A lot of them were fixed. And that's just the truth. And you can, like, someone was using a clip of, like, someone having death bugs, but you can tell with the UI, like, the death screen is, like, old. So it's like, what are you doing? If you're experiencing death bugs, wouldn't you do it like modern day? What's up, Squad? How you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well. But I mean, that's just Twitter. Like, people are just disingenuous all the time. It's what it is. Twitter will be Twitter, like always. I'm doing well, and you? I'm doing well, Squid. My kettle broke earlier, so I don't have tea with me, so I'm very depressed. But apart from that, I'm doing quite well. Yeah, there's a new kettle as well. Like, I'm actually kind of devastated because I have a tea every day. I don't care if it's unhealthy. Dude, like, someone was like, this was like months ago. I'm going a bit of a tangent here. Someone, like, asked me, how many cups of tea do you have? And I was like, I don't know, maybe like 2 a day or something like that. No, that's so unhealthy. I was like, I don't give a rat's asshole if you think it's unhealthy. Okay? I could be doing a million other things, right? I'm British, I have to drink tea to live, okay? It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. Just let me be. I just want them to communicate better with us as a community. Yeah, I agree. I still want that, 100%. Don't get me wrong, it's still arse. Like, yes, they've fixed the bugs recently. Yes, they've talked about it on their main Twitter account. It's still terrible communication. I think Hytale has a lot of potential. I like that they give people tools. Yeah. Hytale is cool. That's it. That's like, it's cool. Am I gonna play it? Probably not. I'm a Minecraft streamer. So, unless more people were like, you should stream Hytale, I'll consider it, but I didn't really look that much into it. I'm gonna be honest, like, I've not really seen that much. I don't really care about it, and that's not a bad thing. Like, but I'm not gonna sit here and slate people that do like it, or whatever. And I'm also not gonna sit here and be like, Minecraft is way better. The two, like, let us have both cakes, you know? That's kind of like the expression, right? It's like, two cakes can, like, coexist together, like. Let me play dungeons first, at some point, and then we'll consider Hytale. What do I want to... I kind of want to destroy these trees. Am I far enough away? I could burn down the mutant trees. Maybe. Yeah, like, Simon is being very open with the community about Hytale. I'll give him that, but things can happen. Right. My God, it's Twitter, you can never have two cakes. Oh, I know, Squid. I've never known that that to be so true. Than am I wording this right? I don't know. Than the recent 2 weeks that I've had on Twitter. They've been so fun. It makes me so happy to go on Twitter and just want to bash my head in with a rock. Sorry, I was drinking water. It's not a Minecraft clone. People are like, dude, people are giving Hytale backhand compliments as well, because people are saying, oh, it's a Minecraft clone. And people are quote tweeting being like, yes, it is, but what do you mean yes it is? You can't say yes it is, but start saying it's good. You've literally started off the quote by saying it's like the exact same game. What do you mean? It's like yes, like you can't like what? How's that like? What was the point in the quote tweet if you're just going to agree with what the person said? I don't get that. Like the quote tweet being a point of like contention. I mean, you can quote tweet people you disagree with, but I'm saying if your intention is to like disprove or disagree with what they're saying, you're not going to instantly agree with what they're saying. That doesn't make any sense. You know? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And like, Jack is getting, if you don't know who Jack is like one of my like close Twitter associates. Is getting shit on because of his like variant tweet, like mob variant tweet that went like semi-viral. And then people in the same breath are like, oh my god, look at the 800 mobs they've added to Hytale. Like, what? What was the tweet? It was basically showing like what has Mojang added this year, and it was all the mobs, right? Literally, he wasn't saying anything nefarious or in bad faith. He was just showing what like every single new mob this year, and people were shitting on it because it's like, oh, they're variants. They're all variants. Eh. It's like, shut up, please, bro. God, I hate Twitter locals or tourists or whatever. It's just like, and then it's like some people got mad at me, I think, for saying that like some of these mobs they're gonna add to Hytale will be buggy, and they're like, how do you know that? Or that's not true. And it's like Simon's literally recently, like yesterday, he said that it wasn't gonna be perfect, and then on day one when he announced he bought it like a few days ago, he said it's not gonna be perfect. It came from Simon's mouth. Simon literally said the game isn't gonna be perfect. What do you think that means? Like, oh, like the mobs will be stable? No, some of the mobs are going to be fucking unbalanced and broken and janky and like all that kind of stuff. And Simon's going to get shit for that, even though he's already stated, you know. People just don't use Twitter regularly. People don't play Minecraft regularly. Or people don't people who complain like the way I'm complaining, like the way I'm talking about them, play Minecraft for 2 weeks. It's the 2 week phase, right? And then hop off. These are the people that are like the only thing to do is kill a dragon and that's it. In short, the most uncreative people in the fucking gaming community. I think it's cool though that Hytale are releasing 979 mobs, but like at the same time, I expect them to not all function properly, which is fine because it's fucking open access or early access or whatever the fuck, right? Yeah, I'm very surprised, Sophie, that Riot gave it away. I was not like because like. My perspective on Hytale, right, has always been I don't really care. Like, I don't... Even, like, years ago, I was like, I don't really care. I'm not going to play it at all, right? It's kind of funny that no one's, like, showing any gameplay of it and, like, it's seemingly never going to release. And then they stopped it, and I was like, see, like, it's just not going to release. And then Simon bought it back, started showing gameplay, and I'm like, I still don't care, but it's cool. Right? It's cool. I can't deny that it's not cool. Okay, we're gonna bring in the flint and steel for this, because I'm not that desperate for wood. And I'm not chopping down these trees. But we'll see. We'll see. I hope it does well. Genuinely, I hope it does well. Miriam News created a branch of his podcast dedicated to Hytale. Yeah, obviously, like, being on a roundtable at Realm News, I was, like, asked if we wanted to do an episode of it. I think we will do an episode of covering Hytale. I'm not going to talk much, because I don't really have that many opinions on it. Like, what I've told you now is basically what I'll say on the episode. So, I don't really, you know, it is what it is. Thoughts on Half-Life 3? I haven't played either of them, Half-Life 1 or 2. Did they actually announce Half-Life 3? It's kind of crazy if they did. But I mean, as well as the Hytale episode, we've got to do the, I don't say we've got to do, but we are doing the end of year episode where we talk about everything that's happened this year. No, they didn't release it. Yikes. Still can't count to 3. Bro, just, like, I don't really want Half-Life 3, I want Left 4 Dead 3. Never gonna happen, but please. And I want Bully 2, I know it's Rockstar, not Valve, but still, I want Bully 2. Me too, Squid. What is your ideas for the Minecraft numbering system changing? I don't have any, like, it should be this, this, and this. I'm too stupid. I just don't want it to be an IP address, ideally. But what are they waiting for? What, the version number? I think they want the drop to release first. If I'm Mojang, that's what I want to do first. I want to release the drop and then be like, Okay, so next year we're gonna have 4 drops again. It just doesn't. The system doesn't work, bro. It doesn't. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. But yeah, I don't know. They did fix the bugs, yeah. They did give a very corporate response, but still. I am hopeful. Or on Copium. I don't know which one yet, I'll let you know. That the surveys they've been doing recently, like outdated systems and stuff, will lead to something. Because if it does, we all know the system that's going to get updated, because I'm pretty certain I'm aware of the system that got the most attention in those surveys. Most drops have been underwhelming to me. To me, you want my honest opinion? This is like the first time I'm talking about this. Most drops to me have been rushed, have been ill thought out, have been released with lack of care, which I guess is rushed, have been following a similar system to updates, but that's not supposed to be how it's supposed to work, because that was the whole reason why we moved away from big updates. It just, yeah. I will say, to give her drops credit, I do personally believe that the game has moved forward. In one respect. That one version has. And the other version is still, like, getting it in parts. I'm sure you guys can guess what that is. Gameplay-wise, I have no idea if it's moving forward, I'm gonna be honest with you. Because, like, yes, we've gotten more features, but is it bloated? Are mob variants now bloated? I don't know. Do we need 700 skeleton variants? I am trying to read chat, by the way, guys, but it's a bit fast today, which is nice to see, though. It is not. I'm complaining, but well, I'm not complaining. It is nice to see a fast chat for once. I believe Chase the Skies and Mounts of Mayhem should have been one drop. Chase the Mayhem should have been the name. I think mob variants are nice, but it's becoming a little bit too much. I do agree. I think mob variants at their core, Neon, are fine. What I don't want is more zombie variants. Give me sniffer variants, give me iron golem variants, give me snow golem variants, give me fucking phantom variants, give me something. But I also wanted more variants, so. It is, though. It is something that they can tick off their list. Because I said this on, I think I said this on Twitter to someone. If you have like the gameplay systems, like enchanting, brewing, combat, whatever the fuck, right? You've got barricades in your way. What do I mean by that? Biomes, structures, mob variants, graphical updates, block set, right? If you nail these, eventually the systems get cornered, and you're like, we've got no choice but to update the systems, because what else can we update? What's up, Reddish? Welcome to the stream. I like mob variants. They add more life to the empty biomes, but I want to see them get out of the zombie. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. What do you want to see getting added next year? Obviously, I want a combat update, right? I want to see, but that's not realistic. I don't want to spoil too much about the Realm news episode, but I did say a combat update isn't happening next year. So what I will say instead is a wider archaeology update. I want to see an ominous event. Doesn't matter where it is. I want to see a new biome. Doesn't matter what it is. I want to see a calcite block set and make calcite more accessible, whether that be through trading or something else. The episode's coming on Thanksgiving. Really? That's pretty cool. Archaeology drop would be epic. I've said a few times, Squid, that if I ever worked at Mojang, the two things I'd work on would be a Sky update, or I'm still pointing in real life. I don't know why. Or an archaeology update. That's right. It wouldn't be a combat update. It'd be one of those two things. There's no method to me chopping down trees, by the way. I'm just mining whatever. So I may look crazy. I don't know how this is, if this is watchable on stream, but I'm just running around, so. I want to see archaeology get more love. It definitely deserves it. Also, new cave biome. Cave biome wise, I had to do a frozen cave, right? Do a stalagmite or dripstone, sorry, variant, so that it's like cold and frozen instead of what it looks like right now. Certain mobs can't spawn in the cave. I don't think any mob should be able to spawn in the cave, actually. Unless you do frozen mob variants. Minecraft won the Still Playing PC and Console Award. Really? That's cool. Yeah, slime chunks are crazy. I have a slime chunk in my mine. Well, my entire mine practically is a slime chunk. Not like the staircase, I mean the actual area I've gone down to, like, deep slate mine. But yeah, next year I think we'll see a new biome and a new wood set. I really want it to be redwood. I honestly, like, if they're doing a new forest biome, I want it to be, like, trees that I can actually mine without having to struggle, like, wrestle the actual tree in order to be able to mine out, right? You guys know, like, the mangrove tree, cherry tree in some respects, although it's not that painful. But do you remember when on Bedrock cherry trees would like not be able to grow if there was leaves above the sapling? That was terrible. I don't even know if it's still a thing, actually. It could well still be a thing. So I might just like, if there's a really annoying tree to mine, I might just tear down the entire forest. I might as well. I might like tear down an entire cherry grove as well, just to have a lot of cherry wood, just in case. I've not really peeled cherry wood, but just to have the cherry wood I think would be nice. For like charcoal or whatever. On softer trees, like trees that have a lower mining time. Yeah, 100%. About 9 weeks until the next drop starts. Here's a question that I want to ask you guys. With the version numbers, right, let's say they announce it after the drop releases. So I'm saying after the 2nd, it could be the 9th at a push, right? But let's say they do it after the release of the drop, right? Do they announce the next drop with that announcement? Do they say, look guys, we're changing the version numbers, this and this, 4 drops a year by the way, but also, the next drop is this? I don't think they will, because I do think it lines up with Minecraft Live. Matter of fact, add letters and Greek letters to version numbers. I think it'll be similar to the way snapshot numbers look, honestly. God, these trees are so annoying. It's a good thing I'm not that low on. I'm not even low, honestly, on oak wood. Like I'm doing fine. Add PNGs. I can mine this. These trees are okay. There's not many logs. Where do you get your calcite from? I got some of it from the Amethyst Research Lab because I went to nearby Amethyst geodes, but I also went to like that biome that spawns them on those mountains. Whereas in Australia, Australia doesn't exist. YouTube, if you're watching, that was a joke. Please. I don't know if we would start getting new information on the next... Yeah. I don't know. I'm unsubbing right now. Please don't do that. That'd be very sad. Let's check our wood supply. So yeah, I had this chest. Did I have this chest full as well? I'm not sure. But I've used a lot. And then spruce. Actually, the same amount. Never mind. Teach me your ways. I just go crazy and mine trees. Of course, you're floating there. Menacingly. I don't have any blocks. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Okay. I'm back. Unlucky. You genuinely can do a really good menacing evil voice. I don't know how I feel about that. I've been told really weird things about my voice. Oh, Peak is playing. Actually, I can turn up my audio. Let me do that. Forever grateful I chose to live in a forest biome. Because I get to listen to this constantly. Very big forest biome as well. This is exactly the conditions I wanted when I made this world. I think you could do a good voice actor for villain roles. Depends. I'd have to practice there, because villain roles like Negan and Joker are they're charismatic, right, when they speak. I'd love to be able to do comic Negan's voice, but I don't think I'd ever be able to. The Joker, I love the character of the Joker. I think it's one of the best written characters ever. The British are always evil. I'm sorry, Sophie, aren't you Italian? Weren't you part of the Axis of Evil in World War II? I should replace all music in Minecraft. You can't really say that oh yeah, British people are evil, but your above comment is yeah, we should make everyone deaf. I don't really know if that's good correlation. Actually, I need to reread the. Oh, wait. I was writing a guy, and he was evil, but also not threatening. I wasn't there. I think you were, Sophie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think you were. Well, I wouldn't say Negan and the Joker aren't really evil. I think Negan is broken by the world around him, and the Joker is, I hate to use this term, misunderstood. They're anti-heroes. The Batman isn't necessarily good either, and Rick wasn't necessarily good either. So if you came into the story of the Batman and The Walking Dead in the shoes of Negan and the Joker, you'd think Rick and Batman were evil motherfuckers. But the scene of the Joker and the Batman in an interrogation room, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, where the Joker's you think these guys are with you, they're your friends or whatever. No, they're not. They just they use you, and at the first sight of weakness, they're going to discard you away, like me. And that was one of the best. Again, Heath Ledger, right? That's the actor. Phenomenal, one of the best. I was going to ask who is your favorite villain, but I think I got an answer. The Joker's up there. Negan from The Walking Dead, Alpha from The Walking Dead. But yeah. The Joker isn't evil. I don't think he is. I don't think he is. You seem to like The Walking Dead. I like this show. I don't like the spin-offs. The spin-offs are... How can I put this? As like, I've been a huge Walking Dead fan, like, for a very long time. But the spin-offs are, arse. That's why I kind of catered towards Squid Game, right? Now, if you were to ask me my favorite villain from Squid Game, it'd be the system, I guess, that they fight in. Because is the frontman evil? Again, I don't think the frontman's evil either. Has he done really fucked up things? Yeah, I think, you know, I don't want to spoil that, because in case you want to watch it and haven't already, but... Yeah, the Walking Dead for me is very easy to get immersed in, because it's about the characters, right? Especially the comics, right? You don't have much to talk about other than the characters themselves, right? So it's very hard to not be engrossed in the characters. Sophie, why are you still typing? I don't know. I just don't think there's... Okay, like... I think everyone is inherently... They've got bad traits about them, but that doesn't make them evil. People lie, but it doesn't make you a liar. I've lied, but I'm not a liar. Like a core manipulative liar. I'm initially right. And I'm left. Your point? Yeah, you're right wing. You're not right. I feel like villains always make a better point in why... Yeah. Nature's evil? I don't think nature's evil. Okay, this entire forest has got to go. Every human's inherently human. I mean, have I done some bad things in my life? Fuck yes. But am I evil? No. I mean, you're always evil in someone's eyes, right? So I'm sure someone out there thinks I'm evil. Especially online. But, I don't really think... In my personal opinion, I don't think I'm evil. You study nature and shit? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do, Miss... Soph? Yeah, you're evil, you're mean to me. Unironically, that's genuinely how people think. So, you know. For all we know, Michael steals babies and eats dogs or something. No comment. I literally study natural and environmental science here. Okay, give me I don't have a question to ask you really. No, this is a lot of wood, right? I know, but it's just this is gonna take piss. Wait, why am I doing this? Wait, it's raining. I forgot Lightborn rains every 5 seconds. I'm just blunt. That's like... That's my issue, is I can be very blunt at times. But yeah, I mean, Joker's done bad things. Murray deserved it, though. I'm just saying, Murray deserved it, 100%. I've not watched the film, but I know that scene, and Murray deserved it, because I too would fucking snap. So I'm not surprised. But like, what constitutes as an evil person? Because I think that Trump is evil. I think that Putin's evil. I think that, well, the entire US administration's evil. I think ICE is evil. I think Reform are evil. I think the Conservatives are evil. Redeemed nothing? Thank you, Squid. God is evil? Yeah, God is evil. At its core, your God is evil. I'm sorry, that may be very controversial to say, but if there is a God out there, right, you mean to tell me this guy who created the Earth in 6 days, 7, kill me, days, right, is now sitting here on his iron or gold throne with his fucking eye angels, you know, the biblically accurate angels, right, watching people die of cancer, of starvation, watching what's happening in Sudan and Palestine and Ukraine, and be like, yep, this is fine. No. If that exists, right, that entity is evil. I'm sorry. He doesn't sit, or he doesn't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe in a god, right? There've been times. I'm gonna be honest with you. There've been times, like recently in my life, where I've been like, should I turn to a religion? Because I've just been that. Like, I don't want to say desperate, but looking for like a thing to point at and be like, why, right? I'm like 100%, right? I haven't, but he's just on phone scrolling TikTok. Yeah, he's watching Twitch. No, if you believe in a god, I'm not going to sit here and ridicule you. I'll ridicule your god, but I'm not going to like fault you for, you know, believing in that system. However, if you push that ideology onto other people, like heavily push, I'm not saying you should check out the writings of whoever the fuck. That's fine. But if you're like, you must be religious, no, I'm good on that. Leo's making noises. I'm trying to decipher what they are. That's why I'm pausing sometimes. Speaking to him Morse code, he might be. I cleaned out his wheel earlier before stream. He might be annoyed about that. It was Olympic dirt, give him more grip. It probably did. Probably did. But sorry, Leo. Are we making progress? Sometimes I will say this. Sometimes it's hard to like gauge if I'm making progress when destroying forests. Getting back to Minecraft. Yeah, we'll swing back to Minecraft. I do wish there was more totems. I do too. I do agree. I think the idea of an item that stops you from dying. Now, could you say that golden apples potions stop you from dying? Maybe, but not on the level of totems do. Is ridiculous, right? I think that you should take away. Like, I think the totems should have like 2 effects, but the fire resistant aspect should be taken away and given to an actual like fire totem or something like that. I think that totems should not be farmable. I'm saying this, by the way, as someone that has a totem farm. I only have one because it's just like, if I don't have one, it's just not like, what am I doing, right? I have a totem in my offhand because, I mean, we all know why I have a totem in my offhand. It's the only viable item, right? And I've said a few times, when your fan eventually comes to bedrock in parity in 2039, I'll have like my food or ender chests in there instead. Nautilus shells are viable. It's true. Blocks as well. Yeah. Totems are just weird, man. I've never liked totems. There was a period in time, was it this world? Where I just didn't play with them. I didn't have them at all. And I recognised, I was like, what am I doing? They're too good. They're too broken. You know? It sucks, but at the same time. Was that a creeper that I saw? No. What's still burning? Oh, you're still burning. The entire forest? Technically, I've destroyed a lot of the forest myself. Just flap and see how much you've done. Yeah, we can do that. We destroy this tree. It's not bad. Yeah, I'll probably make some leaf litter with the leaves. This area won't have much leaf litter because I used to have, well, I still do have. In this like direction, there's a lush cave that I used for axolotls and like clay and stuff or whatever, like moss. And because I didn't have the elytra for so long, I'd run backwards and forwards, right? And a lot of this won't have leaf litter because I've already preloaded this area. What's up, Katoki? Welcome to the stream. It's nice to have you here. Hope you're doing well. We'll probably be here for, or up until 2 hours, I'm guessing, guys. If you're cool with that. But yeah, I mean, totems are totems. What even are totems? Would you class them as like magic? I would argue the process of not dying or given a second life, so to speak, is magic. They're a magic villager statue. I think that's actually kind of fire. I think these should actually be statues. I think you should be able to like place them down, and that's how they work. That would be good. If you're not going to make them not farmable, if you're going to continue to make them farmable, sorry, I think you should be able to plant them down, and in that radius, let's say like 16 block radius, the effects of the totem is gifted. That sounds sick. Yeah, the totem clutch. Yeah, but like, could you imagine going into like an ominous trial and have it? That's. I've never, like I thought about how you iterate totems, but the idea of placing them down as actual like totem poles has never crossed my like mind. But that does sound very sick. And I think, um, obviously they'd break or burst when used, or over time they will eventually break, because you can't keep them there forever. For how long, right? You can't keep them, you can't place them down and be like, okay, well, like, doesn't matter, like, I can still die in like 10 years and it'll still be, no. It'll like slowly degrade, yeah. Why do evokers break or drop them? Dude, evokers are weird. 50 days? Maybe. I didn't realize you can dodge their attacks by jumping. Yeah, I do that a lot. Just have them have a time limit on how long they function. Yeah. But yeah, I think totems need to be heavily changed. Villager's soul encased in golden emerald. That'd be pretty sick. That's a pretty sick concept of what a totem is. Because, like, are totems alive? You could argue, like, maybe? Because they kind of die when you use them? I don't know. But that's a fire concept, actually. I think totems could have so much potential as well. But they were made in such a one-dimensional way, in my opinion. Kind of a lot of features in Minecraft, actually, now that you think about it. But I do think, and I know it's like, oh, you're bringing this back to the offhand, or how dare you. I do think that they're broken on bedrock because you can't use anything else. Right? Nothing else is really viable. Their usage would go down heavily, I think. Because, I mean, if you look at Hermitcraft, right? How many of them, now I've not watched past seasons, really, but how many of them are going to have totems in the offhand? I feel like either you have totems for specific purposes, so you can't blanket cover all deaths, or something you can place down. Yeah. Arrows would be nice. Arrows would be cool if the slot was near your hotbar, right? So you could see your arrow count. That's good, right? I'd have that, 100%. Kind of nerf the dragonfly a little bit, but it would still be pretty good to have on bedrock. I don't know if I don't know if Green's episode is out. I've watched Mumbo's. I've watched Gems. That's who I typically watch this season. Just remember, I have not, like, this is the first time in years I'm going back to watch Hermitcraft. So, the fact that I'm watching three perspectives is actually pretty nice. But sometimes I'll watch Scar or someone. I might watch Pearl, maybe. But I typically watch Grian, Mumbo, and Gem. Gem is probably like my favourite Minecrafter, like, period. So, I used to watch Hermitcraft, but I haven't watched them in so. Yeah, exactly. I watched a bit of Hermitcraft last season, but for some reason, I watched You know that season where I've said this before, right? Mumbo made a mega base on an island. It was like quartz and stuff. That was the season I watched every single episode of Mumbo's perspective. And then I watched like a few episodes last season, but not a lot. But yeah, like it's been a long time. And so far, honestly, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this season. Obviously, it's kind of slow getting into it because, I mean, the perspectives I'm watching haven't really talked about their plans for the season, like their mega base and stuff like that. I think Mumbo's touched on it once or twice. Gem is going to talk about it, which is good. But honestly, Mumbo's doing like side quests. Like it's kind of crazy. Like Mumbo's been doing trial chamber stuff, deep dark stuff. Yeah, I think that's the vibe. Yeah, that is like scrap kind of stuff. I really like that aesthetic. So yeah, I mean sometimes like I've got like so many projects planned, right? And I'll like split it off and do like I was doing the hotel and then suddenly I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do some aquatic stuff, right? It's completely random. Okay, I don't know if I've fully destroyed that tree, but we'll see in a second. But like I've got a bunch of stuff planned. I've got like another trading hall planned. I've got another like housing district planned. I've got like proper buildings like Parliament and stuff like that planned. The prison, the museum, planned. And like I say planned very loosely. Like I've not even like I've not built any of these in creative. I've not done anything. I just know that I'm going to be doing them. The border island for the prison, yeah, that's where it's going to be. Because I don't really want the prison to be on like this island, right? And there's not really any island nearby that's big enough for a prison. So like how now we're seeing leaf litter, but there's none anywhere else. Basically means we never took this route before Spring to Life, which is crazy to think about. Okay, am I mining enough birch wood? Let's get an extra stack in, just in case. What version did you start? I played on... So, device-wise, I played on the Xbox 360 edition. And I played on the version that first added pistons. It was like on... like a month after release. This version, like the world... yeah, it was 1.21, yeah. Because I had trial chambers right next to me. Like, there's a trial chamber next to spawn. Yeah, the old world was deleted. But some people are asking, some people ask me, when are you doing like a new world? I still um don't have plans to make a new world yet. To move on from this world, I mean. I don't really have any plans. Oh really? Kotakai? I think that's how you say it. That's really interesting though. A day before release? That's crazy. I've had a few big worlds before, the current one I felt like staying on. Yeah, my previous world was 10k days. 10k 100, I think, ish. And I honestly, that may sound like a lot, didn't really do as much as I did on this world. Really. Like, I wonder if most of those days were AFK'd. It might have been, actually. But I've got more farms on this world. Like, I didn't build a ghast farm and stuff. Christ. Yeah, I mean, I have 10k hours on this game. So. I mean, currently it shows, what is it, -1? Yeah. Which is brilliant. But, you know. Was that 2 big worlds, I think? Yeah. I think all my worlds modern, in the last 10 years have been over 5k. At least. Good at sticking by them. I just don't see a reason to move on. Right? Even the whole oh, the next the pink biome is 100,000 blocks away. Even then I wouldn't move on. Oh wait, there's an old wolf here. Wait, really? Huh. How much wood do I have? Okay, so we're kind of getting into our... We can do 2 more stacks, then we have to head back. This way you shouldn't explore too much. I don't really explore that much at all, honestly. It's incredibly rare. Incredibly rare. That's why all the new biomes and stuff aren't really that far away. They're far, but not that far. Oh, that was a deep dark sound. That was literally the warden sound. That's interesting. That's actually kind of interesting to think about. Hmm. Yeah, my nearest deep dark I've got connected to Lightborn isn't that far away. Yeah, I showed my IRL friend my world the other day. I showed him pretty much everything, but I showed him the deep dark area, And I was like, yeah, we'll take a minecart there. And he was like, amazed at how far away I was. I was like, how do you have the time? Like, not time, but how do you do this? I was like, I don't even know, to be honest with you. Some days I can literally just lock, like, not even days. Sometimes I can just lock in. And literally, like, I have this innate skill. It's a skill at this point, right? I could just, like, push and just say, fuck it, like, no matter what the mood I'm in, and just do something randomly. It's really weird. It's really, I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's autism, but it's really weird. Okay. This is a weird sand area, I know. Like, it's a really weird generation, but it's going to be nice to destroy all this. And replace it all. Because I do need sand. Like, not even just for glass, but just sand in general. How much wood do we have? We're on our last stack, so we're gonna do some. Well, we can get rid of those. Yeah. I honestly, in this well, I mean, my fucking stutter. My sand, but my desert biome is so far away, right? So I'm kind of like, well, I'm good because I have a nether hub, right? So like my axolotl area was where like a desert biome is, so I don't have any personally. I don't want to destroy terrain too much. That's fair. That's fair. But in the early days of this world, I would struggle, especially since I didn't have like a villager trading hall, so I can get glass like that. Yeah, it was a struggle to get sand. Holy fuck. Renewable sand. Renewable sand is like top 5 best features of all time. I'm making a trading hall vaguely. I'm making a second one soon. It's actually going to be in this direction as well. Yeah, it's going to be like the armory stuff, right? So like, in my first one, I've got farmers, enchanting books, brewers, but I need one for like butchers, weaponry, and stuff like that. Is drip leaf bug still working? I don't think it is. But if you were to duplicate sand, you could use end portals. Not end portals, the gateway portals, right? That's how I did it in my old world. Was I would use them like, and that was any gravity block, right? I'm used to them patching everything out. I mean, they patched. Yeah, I guess they did patch it. I'm not. I don't know if I'm going to use the end gateways though, because the end gateways like have builds, right? In my world, it's hard to describe without showing you it, but I don't think turning them to farms would work. A bundle bug is working. I'm not surprised. There's always a duplication bug. Always. But I haven't duplicated ever in this world. Not that it matters, but I just haven't. Because I don't want to get into... I used to, as like a kid, or like a teenager I guess, I would get into... Like if I duplicated it once, I'd get into the habit of constantly duplicating. I once duplicated a shulker box of my tool. If it's by accident, I probably would count it, honestly. Or like keep some of the stuff, some, but not all of it. It matters a little. I'm sure, yeah, some people would, which is why I'm telling you I have not duplicated. I've ridden all the way. I probably would as well, but I could understand if people didn't. Oh, there's diorite down here. Easy diorite to get to. That's good. It's good to know, actually. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, that's progress. That's real progress. Kept only one pickaxe as a trophy. Fair enough. Wait, so what about the trading hall? So let me, because we're going back, let's just show you, I guess. It's probably going to be similar in design, right? Where is my trading hall? Oh, it's this, right? It's going to be similar in design, but I'm going to have like weaponsmiths and butchers and stuff instead of all these guys. Like I'm going to have, you know, the arrow trades. We can get the wither effect on Bedrock, not Java, but on Bedrock. I want to get those because if I can use those arrows instead, it'd be fire. I could expand it, Corn, but it'd be pretty laggy if I did. Maybe. I might, because I am planning to do an exterior redesign of the first one, yeah. Okay, I mean, our oak supply is slowly regenerating, which is very nice. Very nice to see. Obviously, birch is just growing, which is nice to see as well. Yeah, I don't know if overcomplicate the staircases. Fucking hell. But yeah, hopefully, if I can speak, you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Again, going to 2 hours, so... Throat isn't that dead, surprisingly. A lot of the streams, my throat does die, but throat's not that dead. So... No issues as well? Very cool. Honestly, that's kind of just... Yeah, we'll continue this area, actually, never mind. Rockets? We have a stack on us. Yeah, I'm thinking about what to do with that island. Would more lighthouses ever happen? Yes. Yes, it would. Would they be the same design? I'm not entirely sure. I'm actually, since you mentioned Sniffer, I might as well bring this up. It's been a while since I redesigned a old structure in Lightborn, right? And the Sniffer enclosure is pretty much now the oldest structure. It's been here since 1,500 days. I I'm gonna eventually destroy it and remake a garden. I saw this on Instagram. It looks fucking sick. It's gonna have 4 zones, multiple sniffers, and it's gonna have hoppers underneath them. And it's gonna act as a sniffer enclosure, but also sniffer farm. It's a sniffer plant farm, so I'm getting the sniffer plants as well. And it's gonna be an entire garden, and I can't wait to do that. That's something on the agenda. Slime's coming? Oh, nice. It's nice to have a slime in the streams. Slim. But yeah, I want to have more houses there, I think. You might be? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, just disappoint me. That's crazy. How dare Slime do that? Unreal. I might cry, honestly. What's up, Sarah Hunt? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. We're just tree chopping right now. That is a tongue twister. That has potential to be a tongue twister. Yeah, we're just causing deforestation. This wasn't like me, by the way. This is literally Bedrock Generation. In case you were wondering. Like, no, I didn't destroy that block and it. No, that's always been there. As per usual, fucking damaging. I can't read today. I'm sorry, guys. Damaging the ecosystem. In my country, they see weather's normal. In the UK, like, it's frowned upon, right? People in the UK, like my mum, hates cunt. The word, I mean. Like, she thinks it's genuinely the worst word. She probably thinks the slurs are worse. Hopefully. But I would say, like, the worst, like, swear word is probably bitch. I hate bitch. Bitch is a lazy swear word. It's just derogatory. Like, it's what it is. I will say the word bitch, but I try very hard to not make it seem like I'm using it in a derogatory way. I call guys bitches more than I don't even call women bitches. I hate it so much. And it's probably because, like, I've, like, grown up in a, like, women's household, right? I'm such a, like, I mean, people would describe me as, like, a feminist at this point, right? Maybe. But I just think it's not hard to not be fucking hateful to people, especially women. But if I call someone a bitch, it's like genuine, like, you know, that's when you know, like, I don't like this person or whatever. Most of the people who hate women are straight men. Incels. They're incels. It's what it is, right? Unfortunately, it is what it is. It shouldn't be that way, but it is how it is. I think America, like some people in Congress want to repeal the 19th Amendment, which is just fantastic. That's a great idea. And some people want to push that further. I did not mean to drop that. The 19th Amendment is I believe, the right for a woman to vote. And, I could be wrong on this, but it's just women's rights in general. But some people want to bring to America household votes. So it's like the household is like in an election, the household is voting, not like the individual. And guess who would be the primary voter, like the decision maker under this? It's not the wife or the woman. I can tell you that much. So I've seen some people want that, and it's like it's just backwards as fuck. I don't understand it at all. Okay, Corn, did you get your, completely off topic, your, hype train emote? For those who don't know, we had a hype train earlier, thanks to Corn. You did? Awesome. What is that? Oh, I've got that one. Yeah, I've got that one. It's amazing. Spill the tea. I don't know which one I got. Hang on, let me see. Let's put the stream on pause, so I've got to do. I don't end at 9, or I don't end in 5 minutes. Yeah, we'll just pause it, because I don't want to seem like I'm stalling, whatever. Let me see. You got Nitro for 3 months? That's awesome. What did I get? I got so many fucking emotes. Unlocked? Is that I don't even know what that emote is. Unlocked. What did it fall under, actually? Hype train. That is amazing. Thank you, Corn. It's quite nice the streamer gets the emote as well. Someone said that is a good one. True. Yeah, I think like towards the end of the year when I do like a drop recap, I want to do like a Twitch recap as well, because the support I got this year, especially in like recent months, has been like all wild to me. Because don't forget, I hit affiliate this year, which is insane in of itself, right? And to be able to put, like, to have money from that and to be able to put that into something that's physical, like my mic that I'm using right now, fun fact. The thing you guys are hearing me from, you paid for that, by the way. Like, oh dude, I hate when some streamers are like, they've done this, and they're like, but you guys didn't pay for that. It's like, well, they did. Like, you guys literally paid for my mic that I'm using right now, so. That's an amazing emote, Set Hunt. I feel like copper armor mobs are very common. Or more common, should I say, than like regular armor, because they're still quite rare, right? That is true. That is true, Corn. I want everyone to give me money right now. Otherwise, I'll cry. No, that's a joke. Please do not. On hard mode, they're common, right? Sounds like a Michael thing. It is. I do keep people hostage. Clipping that right now. Well, YouTube will love that. YouTube will love me saying that. It gets views. Who cares? Listen, the YouTube audience already thinks I don't believe Australia exists. So, honestly, like, people are brain dead? Cool, okay, but you can't talk. You literally rage baited them into thinking that, okay? You instigated this whole entire thing. I knew, by the way, that this was going to happen. But I was like, I better not say anything because I don't want certain people to be like, oh, he's holding Corn hostage, like he's unironically doing that, he's manipulating. No. So I was like, let's not say anything, I know where this is going to go, and well, look where it goes. People on YouTube unironically believe I think Australia doesn't exist. Weird ass tree, by the way, what the hell is this? Is there another tree here? No. It's weird. Free content, exactly. If it works, it works. Who cares? Might as well, like, I might as well just go down the Grifter arc. Who cares? I'm not going to do that. No, Corn, you can't say that. I'm the one telling you to say that because it makes me look good. No, it's what the hell? And let's ignore the manipulating Corn for a second. What is this? Why is it so bright? Where the fuck did you come from? That's fire alliteration. Mighty Michael. Sounds pretty sick. Except my real name is Mycicle, unfortunately. You know, like in Family Guy, when Lois gives Peter Meg's birth certificate, and he changes the name to Megatron. The same thing happens with me, right? My mum gave my dad my birth certificate, and instead of Michael, he said Mycicle. So, but Mycicle TPH doesn't really make much sense. So, didn't mean to dead name me. It's okay. This happens. Oh no, I'm about to die. Oh no. I feel like we made a lot of progress today. Can you stop? Thank you. I love how Greg from Realm News says your name, Corn. It's fucking amazing. I didn't want to say anything during the episode, but I thought it was hilarious. I'm not going to correct him either. It's funny. I just see you reading that a few times. Trust me, Sehon, I did as well at first. But also, can I be honest, Sehon? I originally didn't think your name was Sehon. Replace one letter in that name, you can probably imagine what I thought it was originally. So, yes, I originally thought your name was Sercunt. I'm sorry. That's funny, you know. Did you? Yeah, I did. Yeah. I can read, guys. I promise. You have to remember, like, I first wrote your names on my phone. Now I'm doing it on a laptop. We're in the big leagues here, right? And by big leagues, I mean I got my laptop for free. But it's harder for me to read names on my phone. Sekon is a fire name, yeah. Can you stop? Maybe Twitch and that. Yeah, that'd be crazy if they allowed that. Alright, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Let me just litter everywhere. But we made a. Let me actually look at that. I don't know if you saw that just briefly. Might need to rerun the VOD, but the land that just got destroyed in the map. That's how you know we're making progress. Oh my god. I'm a sub, so I can rewind the stream. You can, if you didn't know, if you subscribe with Twitch Prime or money, you can rewind the stream. I still think that's stupid. Why is that paywalled? That makes no sense to me. Please don't do that for that sole reason, by the way. Okay. But we're going to end stream here, I think. Gone for 2 hours. Destroyed a big part of the forest. We'll do this often, I think. The forest is going to be destroyed a lot quicker if we do these type of streams. So, don't go, Michael. I have to go, I'm sorry. I have to vacate the premises. I'm going to eat something and chill the throat out. From talking. Not from any bubba allegations. If you know, you know. I just joined SMH. Sorry, Sahan. We'll be live soon again next year. No, but I appreciate you being here nonetheless. But yeah, catch you guys later. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. If I'm not here tomorrow, have a good rest of your day, morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Appreciate you guys watching. Corn, thank you for the subs and hype train. I greatly appreciate it. Yikes. Yikes me. Unbelievable. But yeah, take care of yourselves. Drink some water, and I'll catch you guys later. Take care.